So what does brave mean to you? It might mean doing something out of your comfort zone. It might mean taking a risk. Whatever it means, I encourage you to do something brave this week. In fact, I know a lot of you are already doing something very, very brave this week here in Melbourne. Some of you have already sent your children back to school. A couple of weeks down the track, we'll be sending the rest of the kids back to school, and for a lot of parents that's creating a lot of anxiety, and for kids too. So I'm at a playground with my two boys today. It is a brave thing that they're doing, stepping into a playground for the first time since lockdown. Playgrounds have just reopened this week with limited numbers. We found a nice big timber climbing oriented playground here. It's like a giant boat. It's amazing. And for them, it's a little bit of stepping outside their comfort zone, because for the last 2 months, they've been told, don't go anywhere, don't touch anything, stay away from everybody. So we're asking a lot of our community, as restrictions start to ease, to step into courage and step into bravery. Now, bravery is something I ask of myself quite a lot. It is also something I ask of my business coaching clients a heck of a lot. They will tell you, you ask them, they will tell you. So for me, doing a live stream in a park where there are people around doesn't require an awful lot of courage, but for other people, and in some of my business coaching clients, they would die dead. So I'm going to ask you, especially if you're in business, but not necessarily, let me know in the comments what you're doing this week that feels like you're being a bit brave. Now, I'm wearing all of the makeup today because I had a photo shoot this morning on roller skates. Now, I had the idea to buy some roller skates recently to encourage my kids to do a bit more physical activity. I used to roller skate all the time when I was a child and a teenager. In fact, I spent every Saturday morning at the roller rink in Launceston in the late 70s, early 80s. And as a teenager, roller skating was my jam. But I've not been on roller skates for a wee while, so this morning was not only the first time on skates, but on skates for the first time in front of a camera. Required a little bit of courage, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to get back into the rhythm of skating again. It is something that represents freedom to me. So I want you thinking, what is something that you're doing this week, or that you could do this week, that requires a little bit of courage, a little bit of bravery? And it might just be venturing out to a playground for the first time in 2 months since lockdown. Or it might be venturing into a cafe and asking for a coffee. If that requires courage and bravery, then do that thing, because lockdown has had us all nice and cozy inside where we feel safe and warm and toasty, which is a great thing. And it's going to require a bit of courage as restrictions ease for us to start venturing back out again. And we need to take careful steps, cautious steps, wise steps, but they all require a bit of courage to push through that little bit of initial fear boundary. So with my kids, what we're doing is we're gradually reintroducing them to new things. Again, before my youngest goes back to school on the 9th of June, he's a bit nervous about it, understandably so. He's had 2 months of us telling him, can't go anywhere, can't be in close proximity to anyone. And now all of a sudden we're saying, yeah, go back to school, it's all good. So how am I managing that with him? I'm managing that through sharing with him things that the state premier is saying. So he's getting that feeling of sense of authority around what is safe to do for now. We're lucky in Victoria, we've got a very graded approach to lifting of restrictions, which means that we can, as a community, we can take a little bite and see how that works, take another little bite and see how that works, take another little bite and see how that works, and so on. So by the time the 9th of June comes around, he'll be able to see all these progressive steps that we've made as a community, but also that we've made as a family. And I'm hoping he'll feel a little bit more confident. And of course, we're building in some things for him to look forward to as rewards and treats and things like that. So do that for yourself as well. If there is something that you need to do, hi darling, if there's something you need to do that requires courage, build in some kind of reward for yourself. If you're wanting to get your business onto social media and it's really scaring the bejesus out of you, find a way that's going to reward you for doing that scary thing. Business is scary anyway. We do scary things all the time. We hire people, that's scary. We fire people, that's really scary. We deal with banks, we deal with taxation, we deal with so many things that are scary, yet you won't put your face into the place where the people will find you, because that's too scary. I'm talking about social media. So find a way to reward yourself for doing the scary thing. It's got to be something meaningful to you that really feels like a tangible reward. It can be anything you like. It's got to be specific to you. There's no point me telling you what reward is meaningful to you. And then go do the scary thing, because we do scary things, right? We absolutely do scary things. So these guys have finished their play. Have you had enough playtime?
No.
Oh, then they're not finished their play. So I'm going to be sitting here in the cold for a little bit longer. You have a wonderful afternoon, fabulous evening, fabulous night, and I'll be talking to you all again very soon. Take care. Be brave.